Welcome back to another episode of the Cubaricans podcast.
Baby.
Well, here in Miami, it's been a BC weekend at the time that we're recording this.
Very BC.
BC. Yeah, it was Miami Music Week. Friday rained all day. Saturday it rained all day
It's
too.
been pouring all weekend.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Sunday wasn't that bad.
No, Sunday was a nice day. And it was
Sunday
like
was
nice
tough.
weather at night, like it was chilling
Yeah.
and everything. And how was your weekend? Everything good?
Very relaxing. I didn't really go out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had a couple of friends that some things happened to them, but you want to talk about it?
Yeah, what happened, bro?
No, my friend, he got into a car accident really bad. I don't know if you've seen it. He came out on the news and everything.
Really? No
Yeah.
way.
Came out on the news. El tipo se quedó mío behind the wheel. And then he ate it against the pool.
Yo, we need to have him here.
We got to talk about that, yeah.
Actually, let's
pretty
save this for when we have him here.
All right.
And
But just
there's
know it's been
pictures.
a crazy weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very happy to have this guest today because definitely when I was growing up and I was a fan of YouTube, because I don't know if I told you the story, but I had an iPod Touch. And that's kind of like the only thing I would get entertained with. Like not like that. Like I was very much like an outside kid.
Okay.
Like I would just go play, like jugar afuera con los panas. Eso es lo que yo hacía.
Claro.
Cuando yo me mudé para Miami, tú te mudas a un vecindario de Miami. Yo no sé si en Hialeah, pero en Doral, cuando yo me mudé, yo salía a correr bicicleta y no había nenes en la calle. Like era bien.
No, en Hialeah sí había nena en la calle.
Como que yo quería jugar como yo jugaba en Puerto Rico. Pero it was hard. It was hard to find friends like in my
¿Tú
neighborhood.
te acuerdas las cajas eléctricas esas?
Yes, bro. People
Yo me escondía atrás de eso y batía.
So that was like the hangout spot.
That was a
OG.
hangout spot for real. I got my first kiss in that box. I'm never gonna forget my grandma's house.
So
Una negra.
I had the iPod Touch, and that came with the YouTube, and that's when I found out what YouTube was. And I would, since there was no kids outside, I kind of started getting hooked on like just looking at videos online.
We have David Dobrik on the podcast. Talk about YouTube. David Dobrik.
One day. Save this clip right now. Save this clip. We're gonna have David Dobrik in the podcast one day if he still is around. But anyways, point is that I found our guest, which has completely like blown up and like just had success in his career. But when I found him, he was on YouTube making like vlogs because it was like the vlog era. So
Oh yeah? I didn't know this.
yeah, we're gonna talk about that. But he's a photographer from here in Miami. He's photographed like a lot of people in basically everybody in the hip hop industry, including Travis Scott, Kanye West, Lil Uzi, Lil Yachty, A$AP Rocky.
We just found
Future.
out Drake, Bad Bunny.
Yeah, everybody. And
Tough.
yeah, I'm very excited to have him here because he started hustling and documenting it on YouTube, and I can relate to that. And we have Chris Allmeid in the house.
Chris, do you consider yourself, like, when people ask you, you consider yourself a photographer? Or like, oh, I'm just a content creator? Or a vlogger? What do you consider yourself? Hi, I'm Chris. I'm a...
Photographer, for sure.
You say photographer?
I don't
Like,
actually.
What do you say? What do you
Thank
say?
That's what I'm saying, man.
I don't. I say I'm a creative director.
Creative director. That's how
Just-
we're
that's dope.
professional.
Just because the
I'll buy
truth
you a
is,
shot if it is.
the truth is, I'm not just a photographer. I don't. I only promote my photography.
Right.
But I produce, I direct, I edit
Music?
videos. I do all of it. Yes,
damn.
commercials, music videos.
Oh,
like
damn.
I've directed music videos and I've directed promo and advertisement videos for like companies and stuff like that. And I edit a lot. I edit a lot of the video stuff that I do. I want to say maybe 80 to 90% of the video stuff that I do, I personally edit myself. So I don't necessarily consider myself a photographer. I know that I showcase myself as a
Right.
photographer, but
You do it all. Man of very much talents.
Yeah,
asked-
my brother says I'm a jack of all trades.
Crazy.
Kind of
You've been
person.
mentioning your brother like your whole life. Like he's a big inspiration to you. Like
Yeah.
because I remember watching like these videos I'm talking about. The videos were called "Welcome to My Life," right?
Yes.
Got it right. And he was, imagine me being like in, I don't know, 14, 15-year-old. Like I didn't know about Space 11. This guy taught me what that was because he would go and he
Wait,
would,
Chris, how old are you?
I'm 28.
28, okay.
95, baby.
Okay.
but you know, when you got a camera, people just let you in places.
Right.
So,
There's no way you pulled that card. Like,
no, it wasn't like
you just
that.
have a camera and just go in?
No, it was.
Well,
look,
he was working.
It was like that sometimes, but it really wasn't. And it was more. I actually in 2014, 2015, I got hit up by an old friend of mine, and we used to work together a really long time ago, like 2012. He would do all age parties at clubs in like on Sundays in Miami, and I saw the flyer. It was crazy because I was looking at the lanyard from the first event that I ever worked, and I saw the flyer and there was a phone number, and I just called the phone number and I was like, "Hey, I'm a photographer. Can I come shoot your event?" And they're like, "Sure."
Sorry, shot.
And I went to the event and I photographed it, and I met some other photographers. And at first, everyone's always clicked up, and it's hard to like break into the scene.
Right.
But eventually, they warmed up to me, and they were cool, and they taught me stuff that I really would have never learned otherwise. To be honest.
But yeah, like in those videos, you would mention your brother like a lot. I want to go back to that too. Like, what does it mean to you? Like I remember a scene because I went back recently to go watch them because I knew we're gonna have you, and you're like, I didn't really want to do these things, but my brother was like the one that kind of like just pushed me over the edge to just go.
Yeah. He was always the gasoline to my spark. So I always had a spark, but he would always be the one putting that oil in, putting that gasoline in, and really making it burn. He's 10 years older than me, and growing up, he was also a photographer. He did photography in high school, and it was so cool coming back home from school and seeing him bring his negatives and his prints. They were matted, and he had these photos that he would come back with, and I thought that was really cool, and that's it. He's definitely a part of as to why I am a photographer.
Damn.
Him and my godfather. And the godfather story is he showed me a picture that he took. He always, whenever I went to their house, my godmother and godfather, he always had a huge wall full of his photographs from all of the travels, going to St. Martin, going like all over the Caribbean, to Europe and stuff like that. And they're avid cruisers. And he showed me this one photo of a gorilla, and it was close up like this, like really close. And I was so fascinated. I was like 8, 9 years old. I was like, wait, how did you get this photo? Like, this is crazy. This is so close. How were you this close? And he just told me pretty much about photography, which I had known about. I just didn't know what exactly it was, So he explained the whole long lens and, having, different telephoto lenses and stuff like that. And yeah, he gifted me that photo, and I still have it. I still have it secured.
Oh, you have the picture?
I have the picture.
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, and you.
So my brother and my godfather were both part of the reason as to why I became a photographer.
Crazy. You were also telling me like off camera, kind of about like your family story, like being immigrant. Like I was explaining to you like the whole reason why we have the black flag and like the Cuban Puerto Rican thing, and how we're the kind of immigrants to Miami, like first generation Americans, they would say. And you were telling me like how you had a crazy, like you can relate to that because your story was kind of similar.
Yeah, well, my grandfather came here a really long time ago, and all my uncles, my parents, my dad specifically, he was already born, so I think he came in when he was 6 years old from Cuba. And my grandfather came here with almost little to nothing, and I talk about it in the speech, the acceptance speech, that when I won the award for the Uzi photo. And essentially, like, he came and he was an apostle for a church, and he went around and he bought properties all over Little Havana, and I'm talking about properties like multiple city blocks worth of properties. And he ended up, building a church, building apartments for the church, and he gave housing to all these people, all these different immigrants that came from all over the world. Like, he was a really generous soul, very generous soul, and he loved giving back to the community. He loved helping people outside of the church, even just the ones in need. And it was really amazing to see. And I didn't get to see it. I didn't get to witness it, right? But hearing the stories because when I was born, it already had happened. And, you know, there was still a little bit of play going on, but I was still young and I wasn't really aware of what was going on. And it wasn't until he passed away last year that I found out about all of this, that he would go and he would build communities for people outside of church, and he would help people, you know, like anyone in need. And I think that's kind of where I get my kind soul from, and, you know, my generosity, where I want community. I want to build community, and I want to help other young photographers that don't know better, you know, and just kind of teach them how to properly do what I'm doing right now, and kind of just learning from the mistakes that I made when I was younger, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about that picture that you mentioned, too. Yeah, it's
bound to happen.
It's bound to happen. I know.
It's bound
You
to
probably
happen.
talk about it so much, but it's
The one that won him the award?
yeah,
Yeah.
crazy. But
Which is that photo
The
that
one that I
you're
was talking
like,
about? I
I'd be
figured
scared
it
as
had to
fuck.
be that one.
yeah.
It's just crazy.
I'd be scared as
So-
fuck if I saw that.
So, but I do want to touch on community. Like, I know that lately you've been doing these kind of like workshops,
Yeah.
and you've been even traveling to do them, like different cities and different things. Like, where talk to us about that. Like, where the idea came out. I know there's like you named it like
Talk Shop.
Talk Shop, I think it is.
The live event is called Talk Shop. The online community is called Ambitious Creators, which I'm actually working to make it a nonprofit. I want to legalize everything and make it a nonprofit, because in reality, I'm not making any money off of this, and I don't plan to make any money off of it. And all the money that I do make goes right back into that company. It just helps build the community, helps, you know, create more events and stuff like that. And Talk Shop, which is the live event, essentially we do live gallery showing. So I show all my images, all my most notable images, and then I also sit down in front of a Mac, and I have a massive projector behind me, about 60 feet, or sorry, like 120 inches or so. And I just kind of walk through my editing process, and just kind of like...
Oh, so like they see you editing?
Yeah, they see me editing. If you go... can you pull it up on the Instagram?
Yeah, for sure.
It's if you go to the one with the flyer,
Right here.
yeah, go to the next one. Yeah, so you'll see that's a lot
Oh,
bigger than
look at you right
120
there.
inches, but that
That's
was a
Kodak
really,
Black.
yeah, that's Kodak Black. Yeah,
How'd you get that picture? How'd you direct it? Like,
I was on tour with him during that time.
oh wow.
I was on
Crazy.
tour with him, so I kind of just had the freedom to like tell him what to do and stuff like that. But he's a funny character, so he does things on his
Yeah,
own.
I've seen videos.
And I just kind of guide him from there, you know. But yeah, we do
You
these.
ever smoked with him?
We
I'm just asking questions that I'm so curious about.
Ask him. Ask him.
Have you ever smoked with him?
no,
Damn,
not with
okay,
him.
dope.
No, he was on probation the whole time.
Oh,
so,
yeah, he was on probation.
yeah. So
I like
he
him.
had just came out of jail too when
On your
I picked him up from the airport.
No way.
Yeah.
And
That's crazy.
It was
like,
me and his security guard. We picked him up from the airport.
Dude, that's crazy.
how did you get to meet like him? Like,
How'd you, I was a
How'd you
connection
get
of
to
you
him?
getting to
Wait,
that
let's go back to the community thing. Hold on.
Yeah, my bad, I guess.
Hold on.
This is
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
juicy
Hold
real
on.
quick.
Let me just tell you about Ambitious Creators.
Go ahead.
We do these events, and essentially like it's just to teach these kids, you know, like it's not even kids, it's grown adults too. We had, you know, 30-year-olds in the Los Angeles one, and the first two were in Miami. I did one in January, and I did one 6 months later in July. Or 7 months later in July.
Packed.
And yeah, that was the first one. That was the first one in Miami at Vaco Studios. Shout out the boys. And we had about 250 people on a Friday night.
Damn.
That was my first event ever. Man, I was fucking nervous, bro.
I can imagine.
bet.
I was so nervous. I had no idea who was gonna come. I had no idea how many people were gonna come. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know I can fill a room like that.
Yeah,
Like
that's crazy.
yeah.
It blew my mind.
Yeah,
It really
sure.
did. And then the second one, we did it with the homie Henry Wu, which is a huge photographer as well in the hip hop and music industry. He's actually on tour with Karol G right now.
Nice.
Really, really great guy, great creative, great photographer, and very humble guy. He came on board, and we filled an entire wall with his images. he had an editing session as well, and he sat down and talked about it. That one was July of last year on a Wednesday, and we had 200 people show up on a Wednesday evening. Wow. Yeah, crazy. At HGAB Studios.
Nice.
Shout out
HGAB.
Shout out HGAB.
Our stomping ground.
And then now we did our first one in LA. And it was planned, bro. Like, I literally planned it within a week and a half. Like, no planning whatsoever. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm doing this shit. I was nervous.
No, of course.
I was scared, bro. Like, I'm not from LA. Right. I don't know who the hell is gonna come. I don't know if people are even gonna come. You know?
It got packed?
It got packed, bro.
You usually say speeches.
We had about 150 people show up in and out throughout the entire night. And during the editing session, we had maybe like 75, a good 75 people during the editing session. This is the
pictures. I like what you did here. Can you show this?
Well, yeah, that's
a film picture, images, or that's like you took that with digital.
Actually, one of the people that were attending took that photo on a 35mm camera.
Yeah, it looks like film.
But
like
if you go back.
This fucking shit, bro.
Go back
it looks
to
so
the feed.
sick. This one or the feed? Okay.
The feed, and then there's one of me in the middle, on the right side.
This one.
Third column, yeah. That's the recap of the event.
So
we do raffles. Like, I mean, mind you, we're not charging for these events. All of this is free. I pay out of all of this out of pocket. Like, I don't pay for, I don't get any sponsors. I don't get paid for any of it. And we do raffles. So like, I want people to have my art essentially. Like, I'm not one of those people that is going to charge, $1,000, $1,500 for a print. It's not like I try to make it as exclusive as possible so that it can be worth that much. But
is that Mac Miller?
Yes, that's a photo of Mac Miller that I shot.
Ooh, that's a rap tee type of picture, bro. That is definitely a rap.
RIP, man.
It says, "Go out and meet people.
You met him before?
It will change your life. I promise you." What's your take on that?
Go out and meet people, and it'll change my life.
That's your caption for this video.
Yeah, look at the story. Look at what I posted today. I in 2015 when I was doing those clubs, I got introduced to Matt Zingler, the owner of the festival for Rolling Loud. And through that, I've just been able to build my connections, build friendships, build relationships with these people. And now I'm here where I am today. And in the story that I posted, it says, I met Matt in 2015 at a show that he was at. And it was through somebody who introduced me to somebody, who introduced me to somebody, who introduced me to Matt. So go out and meet people. Like, it's so important to meet people, to socialize. And that's the point of these events that I do. It's really a networking event. I know, and in one of the speeches that I had, like, I know that my photos are on the wall, but it's not for me. That's just the entertainment. The rest is up to you guys. I'm inviting every single person I know. I'm inviting all my clients. I'm inviting people that I know that have small businesses. I'm inviting these people to come out and socialize with other creatives and just meet people. It's so important to just make friends within the industry, and just like, we forget about this. We forget about the reality of things because we're so stuck on the scroll,
Yeah.
Right.
We're so stuck on the TikToks and DMing people. We get so shy. Like, why is it that when you meet somebody, you DM them a conversation rather than having the conversation in person?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like we forget about that touch, that reality touch. We're so locked in on work. We're so locked in. Oh, I gotta lock in. I gotta shoot. I gotta do this. I gotta film 5 podcasts in 2 days. Like, we're so locked in that we forget.
This is connecting though. I feel like I'm connecting.
This is 100. This is different. This is different because we're definitely connecting, and I've never really properly had a conversation with you, and I've never met you.
Right.
So today we are going to get to know each other.
Right.
And I like this. I like this because this is different. But I'm saying is like we get so locked in that we forget. Remember what we were talking about off camera? That we're so caught up in filming the moment that we don't live the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
We're so caught up in creating the moment for the world to see that.
And then we also edit the moment.
And we also edit the moment.
Stop filming. Let's just.
No, it's true though. Like, it's true. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't think Kevin will gets that because Kevin doesn't like, never been like behind the camera. Like I was talking to him like about how like sometimes, cause I really used to enjoy like what he was doing, like when he was documenting, like he was just, like documenting the party life of Miami with this camera, but then like he stopped obviously, and then like I've also done that and I've also stopped, and it's because like you just get caught up, like all of a sudden you go out for the video, you don't go out to like have fun with your friends.
Yeah,
that makes
Like
sense.
you start thinking like, what shots do I need? Can you do this?
Well, there's
I
gotta
need
be a
this
good clip.
reaction.
Yeah.
I need like this energy. And then like you kind of just edit the moment, and then you're like, oh shit, this looks like I had the time of my life. And then you post it, and people think you had the time of your life, and then you were just like actually
So
just
caught up in the video.
you were doing this the whole time. Like so it's like kind of like a weird feeling that some people don't like. I get what you're saying. What's your opinion on the Miami creative community?
Are you from here?
Born and raised. I was born and raised in Little Havana, brother.
I just met him, bro. We're networking.
Yes, I was born and raised here, Little Havana, and honestly, I feel like, and maybe I'm disconnected. I think that's my problem. I'm disconnected, but from the outside in, we were a really strong community at one point, and there was an era of rooftop photographers, and there was an era of model photographers and stuff like that. And we would have meetups. We would have photo walks. We would go to meet up in Wynwood, and it was like 45, 50, 60 photographers just all linking up. And maybe it's because I'm not as tapped in as I was before with the community, and I've lost that touch, because I was so focused on my own stuff that I don't know if there is a community. The photographers that I do know, the videographers that I do know, it's people that I work with and I hire for my gigs, and vice versa, they hire me for their gigs. But outside of that, it's like it's hard to. I don't see the community, and that's why I kind of went out of, and like stepped out of my comfort zone and started doing these networking events, because I wanted to go and see where the community is, and they showed up. They showed up, bro. 250 people. I'm a fucking small artist, bro. Like, I know I have 50,000 followers, but it's not Miami based. A lot of it is Brazilian. A lot of it is like from all over the world. It's not Miami based.
Crazy.
I think LA, New York, and then it's like I have Miami and then Rio. Like I don't have like a crazy Miami following like that.
Yeah.
So for them to like show up like that, it really, I was like, damn, like this community is here, and like that's what really is pushing me to do more of this, to build more with my community too, and like give back to my community. I've always done it online, but I needed to do it in person to really feel, the energy of the community.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we can get into the meeting like these big pop stars and like working with them and being able to like direct them in their photography. I feel like our audience is really gonna.
The first question
they're like
Chris.
Our audience is very much like, what's it called? How would you rate our caller?
Que no lo bueno. Like,
Chimoso. They want
they see you and they're interested in your story, but then they're like, damn, like who has he met though? Those are the type of fans that we're like, no, they're chimoso, Miami as fuck. So right before we even clicked record, like my first question to Chris was like, yo, who's the biggest celebrity you've met? And he's told me Bad Bunny and Drake, and I was like, but like I'm talking about like, hi, I'm Chris. And you said yes, like I've met Bad Bunny before he was Benito, right? Like,
so I met Benito 2018, 2019.
That's like Creepy Kush era, no?
That was his Avatar Last Airbender era.
That was his. Oh yeah, so
he was bald.
Yeah,
like that's when I met him. They did a hurricane relief festival in Wynwood, and he was one of the performers. And it was backstage. He had just come off stage, and I just kind of talked to him. It wasn't a full conversation.
Right. But hi, I'm Chris.
It wasn't longer than maybe 5 minutes. And, you know, like I talked to him on the way down of the stairs, and then he was like, his car was right there. He sat down in his car, left the door open, and we continued our conversation.
Wow.
And then I asked
in English
him for
or Spanish?
Spanish. Spanish. I didn't know if he even spoke English.
Yeah, I mean, especially back then, he's probably even more.
Yeah, it was probably. I mean, apparently he barely speaks English now.
Yeah.
So how does that feel?
It was in Spanish, and it was hard for me because I'm Hispanic, but
you're mainly
mi
English.
español está un poco
Mareado,
está de madre.
Yeah.
Like my mom said.
De como, ok, ¿tu español es más cubano o más guatemalteco?
Bro, a mí me
Miami.
dicen que mi español es una mixta de todas las cosas. Because sometimes I'm with my Colombian friends and I sound Colombian. Otras veces estoy con mis amigos mexicanos y like sueno mexicano. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's...
I hear a little bit of Cuban though. Like he has a little touch.
Oh, for sure I have the Cuban in me. But it's like, I don't know, for some reason, I never have a solid accent. I don't know why. I don't control it. I don't do it on purpose. It just naturally comes out like that.
Yeah.
I could spend a week in Texas and I'll start talking like the Texans, like the Tex-Mex people.
Gotcha.
Like for real, in the summer, I have family that lives in Houston, and I would go out there and all my friends would be Mexican, and I would end up talking like, you know, in a Mexican slang. My mom would say, ¿por qué estás cantando las palabras? Like, because I would literally like elongate my words and sing them how Mexicans do.
Yeah. In your house, do you speak Spanish? Like.
Yeah, but my parents learned a lot of English through us, through my brother and my sister, because, you know, we were, like our first language was Spanish, but a lot of times we would speak English, and that was their opportunity to practice with us. Even though they had jobs too that required speaking English. They've always had jobs at like a bank or a CPA firm and stuff like that.
Gotcha. All right. So how did you get to go on tour? Who have you gone on tour with?
All right. First person I went on tour with, EDM artist. His name's OK. Ookay.
He has a banger of a song that was huge.
Yes.
It was
humongous.
Something with like, it sounds like trumpets.
With saxophone.
Saxophone.
It was a saxophone
Song. Yeah, you know, I know my shit, bro.
Thief in the night.
Yeah.
I heard that song.
For your heart, coming for your...
I used to love
Super
when
good.
they would drop that. I remember being in Ultra, and he dropped it with the Chainsmokers, that song, and he came out. I remember living that and seeing that.
That's sick.
That's crazy.
So he was the first artist that like gave me a shot to go on tour with. And I met him because I was at the clubs. I was at an event working, and I wasn't scared to connect with him, you know?
Yeah.
I was in his booth, and we were just hanging out, and he looks over and he asked me a question. He was like, "Do you know when the bottle's coming?" And I was like, "No, not really. It should be coming soon." And like 2 minutes later, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna head out." And I was like, "Do you need a ride?" I don't know why I said that, but I said it, and he was like, "Sure, why not?" And then on the way to his hotel,
was Uber a thing then or no?
This was 2017. Yeah, Uber was a thing. It was just, I guess it was more convenient to have this person that you don't know
That's crazy.
drive you.
No way. Dude.
So on the way to the
you knew
hotel,
who he was though.
No, not really.
Not really.
No, I just knew he was a DJ. I didn't know how big he was. I didn't know that Thief was like a huge, massive hit.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a hit yet. I think it was growing to be a hit. And
he said, "Fuck those bottles. I'm taking you home."
no.
but like how did you get to the table? Like you knew?
Well, I was working at the club.
Gotcha.
I was the videographer for the club. Koi or Heart Nightclub.
Oh, okay.
Heart Nightclub. But on the way to the hotel, I was like, "Do you want food? Are you hungry?" And he was like, "Sure." It was like 4 a.m. I was like, "All right, it's either Pinolandia or Colombian." And I ended up taking him to Lamoon. And Lamoon is like this old Colombian spot in Brickell. And yeah,
I'm learning this now. Are you learning this now too?
I am learning this now.
we just kicked it that night. It was fun. Like we just really got along. There was good chemistry, you know, like he became a friend of mine. So now every time he was in town, I would just hit him up and I'd be like, "Yo, what's up? Can I pop out at this party or whatever? Or can I, you know, like let's hang out or whatever?" And I did that for about a year. And all of a sudden, he hits me up. He's like, yo, are you doing anything the month of March this year? And I was like, as of right now, no. I just have like maybe a couple events. And he was like, all right, just don't do anything during Miami Music Week. I'm going to hire you. And he hired me for like 6 events during that whole week. And then afterwards, he was like, can you come to Bonnaroo with me? I was like, sure. He was like, all right, can you come to Germany with me? I was like, sure. Next thing I know, I was on tour.
Damn,
that's
crazy.
You like the picture, like where you were like writing these pictures, like you always had like this hustle personality, like to you. So, like, were you seeing like your work improving?
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure, for sure. It gave me an opportunity to practice my images every single day, and 2, it gave me an opportunity to practice my video every single day, and my editing skills. So it really challenged me, and I honestly produced. I wouldn't say best photos because my photos were there, but it wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't the best, or you know, I wasn't to the level that I'm at now. No. But my video work definitely was like, till this day, I show one of the video edits to people, and I'm like, this is one of my favorite films. Like, and I even in LA on the projector, I had it displayed, and he actually came out, showed love. During the event, stuff like that.
Nice.
And it was a cool moment, you know, and definitely helped me practice a lot, and definitely like, you know, really helped me take it to the next level when it came to the music photography game.
Nice. And how'd you get to hip hop now? Then after OK, you went to Germany, you were touring.
So we toured for, I want to say like a year and a half, year or so. And during this time, there's a lot going on. During this time, I was working at the club before I met him, and a few months before, I want to say like a year before, I went on tour. I was introduced by one of the club owners that I met. I was introduced to Matt Zingler and Tarek, and that's when I found out about Rolling Loud.
Which was Baby, like Rolling Line, the first time?
They had just done their first year. They were going on to their second year. But the first one had just ended. And then I met them, and they were doing these club shows at the club that I was working at. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to pop out. Like, I know the owner of the club. Like, they're just going to let me in. Yeah. And that's how I would get into these events, and I would photograph them. And I wasn't even hired by the club or the promoting company, which is Dopey and T at the time, Rolling Loud. And I would just kind of show up and just say that I worked there because I did. Yeah. But I wasn't hired for that event. I just would go and I would take pictures at these events, and I would meet people. That's where I met my homie Kelvin. That's where I met all these other friends of mine that I have now. Like, it's just meeting people. Man, it's so valuable to just meet people, bro. It's so crazy. So crazy. How
do you keep up with like relationships though? Cause like I
know I suck at it.
Yeah, that's a good question. Cause listen, I have a small clique, and even then it's hard.
No, it's horrible, bro. Like I'm one of those friends that's a horrible friend.
Gotcha.
Like really, like, and it's
you don't seem like it though.
It's not.
Cause like you're talking, like when you're saying it, I'm like, well, I mean,
because I show love and I'm genuine with my love, you know. But it's like, my bad if I don't text you to see how your day is. You know, like I got shit to do, and I'm sure you got shit to do too, you know?
Yeah, I forgot your birthday. It's fine.
No, like I feel really bad about the birthdays. But you know what I do? I never reply to a story about the birthdays. I always text them personally.
Oh, yeah.
And if it's a group chat, I always text them personally. Hey, happy birthday. Like I never just text in a group chat. You know, like I put some thought into it too. Like, you know, especially if it's somebody who I admire or is close to me, or, you know, somebody who I care about. But I'm one of those friends that's just, I'm a horrible friend, bro. Because when I'm not working, I'm by myself, and I don't want to be with anyone else, or I'm with my girl, or, you know, like I don't want to socialize. I don't want to be on the phone with somebody all day long. I don't want to, you know, like I
feel you on that.
I just want my peace. I want a little bit of quiet time, you know, like vibes.
What was the first rapper that you got to work with? Like, okay, so basically, like, you're saying that Rolling Loud, like, the people, kind of, like, you started working with them, you met the guy, blah, blah. So I'm guessing you start going to the festival and you start shooting people, but, like...
It wasn't right away, though. I wasn't able to just show up. Like, it took me a long time to build that relationship to get to, you know, the comfort of, hey, let me go shoot your show, or, you know, hire me to shoot your show or whatever. You know, it wasn't until 2017 that somebody I was introduced to in 2016 during the second Rolling Loud, I became friends with him, and he just kind of, hey, I'll give you a media pass, just send me a Dropbox.
All the pictures?
Yeah, just send me a Dropbox of the weekend. And I was like, fuck it, why not? You know, like, I'm going to get to shoot all these artists. And that's where I got to
And you
meet.
got paid for that?
No, I didn't. I didn't get paid for that. I was just showing up. No
was the
assignment,
media pass for
nothing. But it was a media pass to do whatever I wanted, to go wherever I wanted, and not have any, you know, problems with that. And that, because of me saying, all right, fuck it, let me go out there, I got to meet X. I got to meet A$AP Rocky. I got to meet Mac Miller. I got to meet Young Thug. I got to meet Gucci Mane. I got to meet all these different artists. And I one of the craziest opportunities was X bringing me on stage. And I was like, damn, like, this is
How do you
really
bring
dope.
you on stage?
Long story short.
This is the clip. Look, watch this.
Yeah.
This is the picture.
That's from that weekend. That's from Friday night and then Saturday.
Literally behind him.
So the first photo, that's Friday night, and I talked to him
Lil
that night,
Yachty, too.
and I had an incident at one of his shows. I got pushed off stage. I ended up dislocating my knee. Like, it was really bad, and I told him the story, and I was like, yo, thank you for, you know, stopping the show and, like, having your security help me out. He didn't remember it, but his security turned around, and he was like, oh, shit, yeah, I helped you down the stairs.
Yeah.
And X was like, were you able to get any good pictures that night? And I was like, no, not really. And he was like, find me tomorrow, and I'm going to bring you on stage with me.
Damn, that's crazy.
I was like, oh, shit. Okay. I didn't have a pass.
So what'd you do?
Bro, you want me to show you something? Hold on.
Damn. All right. So you were at this show where you were shooting pictures, and somebody pushed you off stage.
Yeah.
And it led to you breaking your knee.
No, I didn't break it.
Dislocated.
I dislocated it. It popped out his socket. It was scary.
X told him, listen, you didn't take any good pictures?
No,
See me tomorrow.
you DM'd him. That's what happened.
No, I talked to him in
he talked to him
person,
in
bro.
person.
This is what I'm telling you.
And he
In
told him, listen,
person.
see me tomorrow and I got you.
That night of the first photo from that post.
But you're dislocated, so you had crushes, and you were like, "Oh,
No, bro. This
That
was
Friday.
months ago.
Yes, bro.
This was months ago. Hey, few months ago, I had this incident at your show.
okay."
And then I'm here now. I was fine. I had a knee brace probably. I don't remember. So if you see on that image, there's 3 passes that say artist, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The middle one, it's the white one. That's the Saturday artist pass for
Rolling Loud.
the day of X's performance. I didn't have that pass originally, but I saw that pass was white. The one on the left was one that I drew.
No way.
Oh, I see it now.
I drew it.
He drew it out. Yeah, of
I
course.
drew it out. It's kind of covered, but I drew it out.
Yeah.
And I was able to just show that. There was no scanning. There was no RFID, nothing like that. I just kind
and
of
they
went
ate
like
it up?
this. And they let me through, bro. I was backstage, and I see my boy. I'm like, yo. He was like he's homies with Lil Pump, and I knew that he was like handling it. I was like, bro, I don't have a pass. Look at the shit that I'm using, bro. Like, I'm gonna get kicked out of here, please. Like, I just need one pass, bro. Just one wristband, bro. He was like, fuck. He gave it to me. He didn't want to, but he gave it to me.
He gave you his.
No, he didn't give me his. He had the envelope full of passes, and he was just like, fuck it. He just gave me one. Maybe I'm not supposed to say this, and maybe blur out his name, but
Shout out.
yeah.
Shut up.
But you know,
I don't
he
think it was
really
enough.
looked out for me, and that's where I got that second pass, which is the legit one. So
Gotcha.
I kept the fake one, and I have the original that I was supposed. And then I went to X's trailer. I saw him.
You want me to? Okay, now I need to show you something. Hold on.
Nah, let's show me.
He's gonna show you his
Show me.
dislocated. Oh. Lil Pump, you can come on now, Lil Pump.
How the fuck do you think?
No fucking way.
Crazy. How the fuck do you think I got all of these? I also have a dislocated
From Vibra
knee.
Urbana?
Yeah, bro. I did this. I was literally you're talking and I'm like, bro, I've done all of this shit. Like,
No way.
it's crazy.
Wait, you drew on one?
No, I didn't draw on that, but I would sneak in. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I do it.
Dude,
I
I would
You would
buy
sneak in?
on
Bro,
Amazon.
yes, all of these things.
All right, give me 1 second. Now I'm gonna show you guys how.
I've had I have all the other ones. I have like 4 more where I have literally just been like the same thing you just said. I just see somebody I know and I'm like, bro, I want to do this. Can I please get a pass? Like, bro.
Yeah.
And like I just hustled it. Like,
Yeah.
completely.
Has it ever failed?
Huh?
Has it ever failed?
I mean,
Like,
it's been like I don't fail is not an option for me when I'm in
okay. Have they
in
told
that
you
game.
no? You cannot get a pass.
Yes, but like, what are you gonna do? Like, if no is part
You
of the
just ask the next
process,
person.
like no
You
is
go to the
part
next
of
person?
the process. Like, it's like, do you want to be able to get these pictures or like do these interviews? Like for me, it was like more like I wanted to do like interviews. So it was like, do you want to do this interview? Like, if they tell you no, they might tell you no 100 times, but like if you really want to do it, like you'll wait for them. You know.
There's always a way, bro. Where there's a will, there's a way.
And also, like, bro, it's not like we're out here like trying to like do something crazy. Like, we're just trying to.
Great content.
No, not even like that. It's just we're trying to. ¿Cómo se llama? En español sería
Dilo en español.
superarnos. Like, we're trying to grow. Like, we're just
yeah.
like
we're trying to better ourselves. We're trying to become a better version of ourselves.
Exactly.
And it's not even selfishly,
feel
because
a lot
at the
of
end of the
people-
day, it helps the other person too.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's me taking a picture or you asking a question, that question might go crazy on social media.
Of course.
My picture
It
might
has.
go crazy on social media. It's something that's going to help the person that we're doing it.
Right.
It's not, an evil that we're doing, you know?
Right.
That's crazy.
That's dope. I mean, that's crazy.
Crazy.
So then after that,
After okay, so you got to photograph XXXTENTACION.
XXXTENTACION.
Exactly. And
R.I.P.
XXXTENTACION, which is crazy. And you got like, let me show you guys the picture. Oh, I showed the picture, but you have you got to work with him after that, no? Like,
I have quite a few. No, I never worked with him again.
but he
But it's crazy because somebody in LA was like, you were one of the few. You were one of the few, and you can't recreate this anymore. Like, this is it. Like, you were one of the only ones that was there photographing him.
That's great. That's special.
And it's something special, man. And it almost breaks my heart because, like, we don't know what could have happened. You know, like, he could have been massive. He could have been the next star. Like,
He was gonna be. He was on the way.
The numbers that he's doing right now is
Say
like
that.
is up there, bro. Like, it's insane. Him
Yeah.
and Juice World.
yeah.
When you heard about the news, did it affect you?
I cried.
Yeah.
I was on the metro and I read the news and I was like, wait, what? I was like, this can't be real.
Can
I saw it. One of my friends posted it on his story, and I was like, I looked at it. I was like, no, there's no way. I just saw him this weekend. It was
my
the
God, it was
weekend
that
after Rolling
close?
Loud, but it wasn't. It was the next year. It was the year after
Right.
that image that I was showing.
Okay.
So, and I was like, wait, what? Like this? There's no way, bro. Crazy.
Damn, that's crazy. So it hurt you.
Shit broke my heart. Yeah.
Of course, bro.
imagine.
A
Bro,
lot
the
of
first
the
artist to ever
community
give
was
me
crazy.
a shot like that, and then I had a
when you
emotion-
saw him.
in a sense, I had almost like look, the guy wasn't my friend. We didn't call each other. He didn't have my number. He probably didn't even remember my name.
Right.
But what he did for me was more valuable than a lot of the friends that have, that have shown up and
Yeah, it meant something to you.
it meant something to me,
That makes
bro.
sense. Yeah.
It meant something to me. So it sucked. I saw the news and I was like, fuck, this sucks.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Crazy,
He
yeah,
was on the way
come
to
on.
become huge.
100%. You went on to also get an award for this other picture. I'm not sure if you got featured on the Billboard magazine as well. I saw.
Yeah,
but I'm not
in
sure if
2016.
Yeah, what was the award that you got for
Undiscovered Photographer of the Year.
Undiscovered Photographer of the Year? I want to talk.
Presented by it was for the MPA Awards, Music Photography Awards, by Abbey Road Studios, and it's like this massive studio in London where the Beatles recorded. The photo of the Beatles crossing the road, that's the studio is right there on the left-hand side of that photo. Like this was the place in London in those times, like legendary studio, and it was presented by Adidas, and Adidas was the one that gave me the award. They gave me the prize and stuff like that.
Nice. So let's talk about this picture. This is a picture from Little Uzi Vert.
Scary ass picture, yeah.
It's on screen right now. And I just want to know, like, you know, the story behind it and how you were able to get this. And yeah, and it led you to like huge. It was like, I feel like a turning point in your career. No, can we?
Yeah, but I had no idea though. Like I took the photo. I knew it was good. It's a good photo, but I really.
What is he looking at? Is he looking at?
He's looking at me.
Holy shit!
Or he's looking at his DJ. The thing is, I was on the DJ booth when I took this photo. I was on the DJ booth, so the DJ was right next to me, and he kept staring at his DJ. So from a distance, when you're staring at something, it almost looks like you're staring at you know, it could be at you, it could be at the DJ. I don't know, but it almost looks like he's staring at me.
And you saw the opportunity.
And I just,
No, you were,
I mean, I was just taking pictures. I didn't see this photo. I didn't see this photo till I started editing.
Oh, okay.
I almost didn't edit it because it was a dark photo. It was a dark image.
You made
and if you look through the reels, you'll see there's a time lapse of the actual image. Yeah. See, the original image is dark as fuck.
Oh, I see.
but you were able to.
The original image is dark.
Has he seen this picture?
Yeah. I showed it to him. I went right up to him after I edited the photo, and I showed it to him, and he was like, "Oh shit! Like, I look like Batman." That's what he told me.
No way.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Batman.
And I really didn't think anything of this image. I really didn't. Like, I knew it was a good photo, but I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think it was gonna do what it did.
That's dope. Wow.
To win an award for an image, you know? And it's like, it blew my mind. It really did. It blew my mind. I did not expect it at all. It caught me blindsided.
Nice. Crazy. What, like, and then you were able to get gigs and shit after that? Like,
No, not really.
No?
No.
Like, you don't think like it had like
nothing really happened.
Has the award gotten you?
like it's just now you can put in your bio?
No, no one's no.
Yeah, your resume is crazy.
Like I don't know if people contact me because of the image or because of the award, you know. But I know for a fact I don't get really like they're not like, oh,
you won the award.
You took this photo or you won the award. We wanted to hire you, you know. This and that. Like that hasn't happened, and I don't know how that works, to be honest. But I've always like done, I guess, word of mouth like is my biggest marketing.
Yep.
And I've been able to like get gigs like that, but I've never, thankfully, I haven't had a moment in the last 3 years since 2020, so almost 4 years. I haven't had a moment where I'm like, fuck, I need a gig, and I'm very like grateful of it. And I think it's because of the way that I shifted, the way that I started moving differently, and the way that I just started giving myself more self-love too, and like start caring for myself more and stuff like that, you know. And I think it was displayed in the energy that I was giving off to people, and I think all of that kind of ties in together, and just like, you know, when you're yourself and like if people genuinely enjoy being around you, they're most likely gonna hire you, you know.
Gotcha.
As long as they fuck with you, they're gonna want to hire you. They're gonna want to talk to you. They're gonna want you around. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about the photos that you take or the you know, the content that you capture. It's really about who you are, and you know, that's why it's like who you know and not what you know. Because like it's important to like be a friendly person, to be a likable person, because people are more likely to hire you. They like you.
Right. That is true.
You can have shitty photos, and as long as they like you.
Give me shitty photos.
He's cool people. His photos suck, you know? But he's cool, so I'll have him come and work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes that's all that matters.
But yeah, I never...
That's how you get invited to your high school party, too.
I haven't gotten
like,
more gigs.
He's weird, but...
He's weird, but he makes me laugh in math class.
He's cool.
Let's invite Johnny. It's true. You're absolutely right. Okay, what is one thing that anyone can do to instantly elevate their photography?
Take photos every day. Just take photos every single day, man. Really, like that's all you have to do.
Also meet people.
And just pour your heart into your craft. As long as you love what you do and you're happy, like it's gonna change things, you know, like it's the moment you start pouring your heart into things, it changes everything for you. You're bored, bro?
No, I'm taking pictures. Like he told me to take pictures.
Oh,
Take pictures. I'm like, you know what? You're right. I will take pictures.
This guy.
I just took a dope ass picture. Man.
of what the
Of
expired?
this with him in the background talking about take pictures. A dope ass picture.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. When I used to watch you in these vlogs,
Wait, did you really find me through the vlog?
I swear I found you through. I swear. And you said something that gave it off because you said a lot of Casey Neistat people were watching my shit.
Yeah.
I think I found you through there.
He's a huge
And
Casey
most
Neistat.
I used to comment on Casey Neistat's videos. And I would say like shit like, oh, you know, thank you so much for inspiring me. You know, like
yeah. I
this
think
and
I don't
that.
know.
And
I
like
don't
people
remember
would
how.
like it. I had fake YouTube
I think I put
accounts.
Miami vlog. That's how I found you. I
Most
put
likely,
Miami
yeah.
vlog.
But I had fake Google accounts. I had like 25 fake Google accounts.
That's crazy
with
shit.
different names, different emails, different phone numbers. I would make fake phone numbers
You
because you have
hacker.
to verify. No, and I would comment on Casey's video as soon as he posted it, and I would go and like it with those fake accounts.
So
And I
you
would
can
comment.
see it.
I would comment back, saying now it's on the top of the feed. And if you go back to some of the videos, I have like hundreds of likes on some of the comments. I mean, I think I even reached like 1,000 likes on one of the
Holy
first
shit,
comments.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is insane.
And I would. That's how I was able to get like 2,200 subscribers within like the first year of doing YouTube. And like getting subscribers is fucking impossible. Like it's one of the hardest things.
Yeah.
Like growing, everyone says that it's easy because of the algorithm. No, it's not. It's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like YouTube is hard. You have to be consistent. You have to have a loyal fan base like that really fucks with you. Some of the people that were on my YouTube watching, they still follow me on Twitter and on
Of course.
Instagram.
I still follow you.
Yeah.
I
Blows
saw
my
you.
mind.
I
How
saw
many
you.
subscribers do you have?
On YouTube, I probably went down. I'm probably at like 2,000.
I don't know, but bro, I found them. First time I saw you was a Matt Decent. I was a kid.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I saw you just working.
Bro, I
and
snuck into that event.
I know.
I snuck
Damn, this
into
guy
that
snuck
event.
everything.
And you know how I got in? I bought paper wristbands on Amazon, and I would go on Snapchat, and I would look at the area, and I would try to see what wristband was for like
That's
VIP or
smart,
backstage,
Holy shit.
and I would just take that color, and if it had a drawing on it, I would try to draw on it.
Bro, that's crazy.
The hustle was real, bro.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
that Mad Decent vlog was stupid, bro. We got kicked out of backstage because we were doing some stupid shit, bro. We like dumped an entire never mind. It was horrible. It was so
We just
stupid.
dumped Gatorade all over the artist
It was so stupid.
after his performance.
No, we could have definitely caused like an electrical outage because of how
my
stupid it
God,
was.
dude.
Wow. So yeah, I remember seeing you like in the crowd of Matt Decent, just like with your camera, like. Right here. I remember seeing that because I was like in the crowd, like right there.
That's crazy.
And then I was like, oh, I watch his vlogs, like, and then I saw you many years later at Dare, and I went out Dare Club, and I was like, I would still follow your photography, and I knew you were working like these big things, and then yeah, you showed me your tattoo out there. You were like, I was like, I've been watching.
That was you?
Yeah.
You told me that I inspire you, and
Yeah.
I said, look at my tattoo,
Yeah.
and it says live to inspire. That was you?
Yeah.
Holy shit, we're having a moment right now.
That was me, bro. At Dare Club, nightclub. You were working. I remember you had a camera, a 360 cam, like just fucking going.
Bro, why the
crazy.
fuck didn't you say anything when you came to the tattoo shop?
I think I did. I'm not sure. I
No,
don't-
you didn't. I would have definitely remembered everything and connected all the dots. That's fucking crazy because you did tell me, hey, I've been following you since your YouTube time.
Yeah.
And you told me that I was an inspiration, and I rolled up my sleeve. I was like, look, I have it literally tattooed on me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Live to inspire.
Yeah. I told him like, oh, like I was like when I was in high school.
That's nuts, bro. I'm fucking.
Yeah.
My mind is blown right now.
Yeah. I told him like I started like vlogging because I thought it was clever. Like I thought what you were doing was cool. Like the whole nightlife thing and like the whole editing and like the way you were doing it. I thought it was super cool.
I like those.
And especially at that time, it was something like it was normalized. Like I feel like maybe in the future, like TikToks are gonna be like, why did humans do TikToks? You know, maybe I feel like that happens. Like it was like if I watch a Roman Atwood like video now, I'm like, the fuck
Cringe.
did I spend hours watching at this shit?
I can't believe I watched all those fucking Roman Atwood videos.
Too,
so
they were the stupidest
and the
shit.
footy tube and all.
Bro, it was so stupid. Bro.
Exactly.
And it was so fake too. Like it was.
So yeah, exactly.
I don't regret Casey Neistat. I love all the videos.
He's like,
and there was a guy called Ben Brown. I don't know if you ever from London. That used to hang out with Casey as well. He was great. Devin Supertramp. I don't know if you ever saw Devin Supertramp.
Casey's videos were original, and they're like, they will keep you entertained. The other ones you can tell you were doing because you were eating.
Came and just for me it was like David Dobrik too was something crazy.
David came through.
But I remember being like,
but that's many years later though.
Yeah.
That
but
was
like, the thing about you
later.
was for me was like, you know, I can relate to you more because you weren't like when I was watching Casey Neistat, this guy had millions of followers already.
Yeah.
So when you started doing it, and I was like looking into Miami Vlogs, and I'm like, yo, this guy has like, you know, he's a normal person. Like he's doing it too, and like it's okay, and people are like liking it, and blah blah. And I was like, I can do it too, you know.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't really like I can do it too with Casey Neistat, because he's like already has all this huge success. He seems so far.
Yeah.
So I was like, it was more like
that's the thing, bro. It comes to a mental thing.
Yeah.
People ask me like, oh, what did you do to get here? What did you do? Like, how did you get to meet these people? What do you do? Like, how do you take these photos? You kind of just have to do it.
Yeah.
And like, people think that it's unreachable. And I just had this conversation with my homie, and it's not unreachable, man. Everything that you want in life is tangible. It's like within arm's reach. It's just a matter of you learning to get there and learning to put in the work and doing it. You did it.
Yeah.
You're here.
Yeah.
You fucking interviewed Presidente, Nicky Yam. Like you got to do this shit, bro.
Yeah.
And how did you do it?
Just by doing it.
By fucking doing it, bro. It's really all that. Like people think it's some fucking recipe that I grew up with nothing. My grandfather donated all those properties to the church. We didn't have anything. We had to work for everything. We could have been fucking millionaires, bro, if he never gave those churches the properties to the church. We could have been millionaires. I'm a first generation now. Close to hopefully in the next 2 years I'll be a millionaire.
Yeah.
I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I'm a first generation.
Put it out there, brother.
Saying it. I believe it. I know it. I know it's possible. And I've tested the waters, and I've gotten close, and I can see that it's possible. And it's just a matter of not having the fear of failure. We get so scared of failing. We get so scared of rejection. We get so scared of that bullshit feeling that we get in our stomach, you know?
Yeah.
But if you learn to embrace it and you learn to live it, and you're like, hell yeah, I love that feeling, bro. I love getting told no, because now I'm going to go find the yes. I'm going to go find it. I'm going to go and photograph this one artist, even though his manager told me no. I learned, I stopped going up to managers asking them if I could take photos of their artists. I went directly to the artist. Fuck that shit. Why do I got to go to the middleman? He's no different than me. We're the same people. We're artists. You just have more notoriety. You just have more fame.
Yeah.
People just know who you are more.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me different than you. I'm still just as creative. I'm still just as good or great as you.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, fuck this guy. I'm going to go straight to the artist. And I go straight to the artist. I go straight to them. I show them my work. I talk to them. I introduce myself, whatever the vibe is. And I you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they're just like, nah, bro. Other times they're like, yo, what the fuck? You took that photo? I seen that photo. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, if I would have shown the manager that, they would have never known that I took that photo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Crazy. So get all your this is a podcast for my creative people. I have to do it. I always get super good feedback from like the audience, at least when you're gonna be the first photographer in Cubaricans podcast ever.
Wow.
So when I used to interview a lot of creative people because I love the creative world. So I used to interview them one-on-one all the time, and I was like, you know, I knew you were one of the persons that I wanted to have here in Cubaricans. Just because, you know, I've told you this before, that you've inspired me to create, and like your pictures are inspiring. People got to tell them today. You've been able to photograph super influential artists in Spanish industry, in the English industry, and I feel like, to me, this podcast, I want it to be, the way I see it, as being like a Miami staple. And to me, you're somebody that represents growing up in Miami, hustling in Miami, being able to live here.
I'm diehard Miami, bro. I don't got 305 tattooed on me because I think it's corny.
Yeah.
But I'm diehard Miami, bro. Like, I live and breathe Miami. I love this city, and I think we are bigger and better than New York and LA. I think this city is just more like, we learned a lot of the mistakes that LA made and of the mistakes that New York made, and now we're becoming our own hub of artists. We're the Mecca, bro, right now. Everyone wants to be here.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone wants to be here. And if you watch my vlogs 10 years ago, I was saying the same shit. Everyone wants to be in Miami. This is the place. Like, this is the start. Like, I've been here since the start of Wynwood. I saw the whole thing going on with every second Saturday being Art Walk and stuff like that. Like, I saw the beginning of what Wynwood is today, you know? And it's so crazy to be able to witness it. I love Miami, and I love everything we stand for. And I love our culture. I love our diversity of culture. And I love that everybody fucking speaks Spanish. You can't go anywhere and not, you know.
For real.
Wherever you go.
Yeah. Yo, your social media, we showed it, but so people can follow you. Any project, anything you want to announce, now is the moment.
Oh, Art School Reject. It's the title of my first book.
Nice.
Title of my first book. I'm gonna show images on there. I'm gonna talk about stories, and just kind of, you know, what my thought process was during these times. I didn't journal a lot, but there are moments where I journaled, and there are a lot of moments that I documented that I am able to retain that information and, you know, really just translate it really well into writing and put the story together and just kind of tell you my story and my background and show you that I'm just a normal dude that just loves what he does. It's really all it is.
Dope. Cubaricans podcast in all the social media. Keev.vids. G.O.R. Rosado. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming, brother.
Appreciate you.
And yeah, check him out. Check out the work. We'll be around. If you're a photographer, you gotta meet this guy, go to his workshops and be part of the community. So cheers. We're out.
Cheers.
Woo.